Merry Christmas, friend. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas. If you are Jewish, Merry Christmas to you. If you are Muslim, Merry Christmas to you. If you are agnostic, atheist, Merry Christmas to you. Hindus or Zoroastrian, Merry Christmas to you. Black, white, green, gay, non-binary, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas. I mean that. I don't want to hear any of this nonsense. Well, shut up. Merry Christmas to you. Thank God it's Friday. I don't recognize Friday. Shut up. Thank God it's Friday. That's the name of this thing. This year, I'm going to teach them how to get over it. This year, America grows a pair. This year, America, I am great until I start talking to you. I haven't coughed one time this morning. I start talking to you and I start coughing. America lost its balls. I don't know when. We used to be tough. We used to be resilient. We were a bunch of little baby whiners. Little baby whiners. If I hear there are people who sit back and they say, YouTube won't let me write this word. Shut up. Shut up. Go today without complaining. Figure it out. Shut up. That's all. That's all I'm saying. This year, we're going to get to the bottom of things. Just shut up. What are you going to do to fix it? What? Now, there are these wonderful people I know who are they're very, very strong and they're very pro-Palestinian, and God bless them. Shut up. What are you going to do about it? Well, it's wrong with it. I read this thing. It was don't you understand that the flooding of the tunnels in Gaza actually affects the water, the aquifer? What are you going to do about it? What? What are you going to do about it? Start off with shut up. Quit complaining. You're not pointing anything out. You're complaining. Shut up. I'm telling you, 2024. I don't want to sit there and just complain. I want to say, here's what we're going to do to fix it. Here's what we're going to do to fix it. Fix it. Stop complaining. Here's another one too. I can't believe this one. I don't want to be too specific. I know to some people, the whole Palestinian-Israeli thing it defines them. I know it defines them. They think they owned it. They owned it. You don't understand. Nobody cares more about this than I do. Oh, yeah. No, they don't. I care. I'm more pro-Palestinian than you are. Oh, no, you're not. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, no, you're not. No, you're not. I care more than you do. You don't understand the level of caring. What are you going to do about it? What? What are you going to do to fix it? What am I going to do about it? What are you going to do to fix it? What? I did one of the best. Sometimes I get in a kick, so you got to kind of sort of maybe look the other way when I say this, because I'll say things and I'll get on something, but I'm really, because my latest thing is I want to get these young people. I want to get Crystal and Brianna and younger people. And I want to get them together and say, listen, we're going to start a new party, okay? We're going to start a brand new party. Okay, that's what we're going to do. But I put something on my private channel, which I just did, because I get to go a little bit deeper. And it was a wonderful piece about all of these, apparently, IDF or Israeli lies. It's just one thing after another. It's like look at these lies. They're lying. Okay, you're right. They lied about this. They lied about this. They said about ethnic cleansing. Okay, fine. Okay, thank you. Now, here's my question. What are you going to do about it? Huh? What are you going to do about it? NPR, Amy Goodman, Brianna this, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? What do you plan? Do you have any plans at stake? Anything? Well, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to mobilize the Republicans, mobilize the Democrats? What are you going to do? I don't know. It's like these people say, I can't, YouTube won't let me write Israel. I can't understand this. Or write something else. Well, yeah, but I want to complain. Stop it. This year we're going to fix things. You know who I learned that from? Tahuya Bar and Grill. Merry Christmas to Lionel Nation. A very exciting new year to come. Oh, like you can't believe Tahuya. You can't. This year we're going to go out and we're going to fix things. America's going to grow its a pair back. We're going to be tough again. We're going to stop complaining. Oh, as I was saying. So there's this one person. I'm not going to get too much into detail. This feller is pretty well known. And he's he is so, his rage against Israel. It's not even, I don't even think it's pro-Palestinian. I think he just hates Israel, which is his right. You know, what are you going to do? Puts pictures of his family on social media. Oh, no. If you're going to go on and you're going to be the face of anti or pro, whatever it is, don't ever let your children be targets. Period. This is a sick world out there with sick people who would just love to see your day ruined. Okay? It's that simple. And you better figure out something right now that you're going to have to stop treating these people like chattel. That's all I'm going to say to you. Stop treating these people like chattel. Your children need you to protect them. Anyway, so make a long story short, this is going to be a good year. This is going to be because this year America grows a pair. And this year you're going to have to ask yourself, what do you want from your social media? Do you want to bitch and moan and complain? Let me put it to you this way. Do you want to talk about reparations anymore? I am so sick of reparations. Did you hear what they did? Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, wants to have a commission on reparations. Well, that's just ridiculous. What do you want to do about it? I don't know what I want to do about it, but it's just, it's just what? What about it? What do you want to do about it? I don't know. What do you want to do about it? You want to call Trump? You want to maybe go to Republican Party? What should we do about this? Oh, I don't know. Well, then don't bring it up anymore. See, headline reading and bumper sticker reading, this is not my idea of political activism. This bores the hell out of me. Just like football. If you told me today you've got to watch football, I would say, please hand me the pistol. What is it? If you are an adult, male or female, and you don't have money on the game, and you want to waste your time watching sports, as do people all over the world. I know soccer, this and that. There's something demented. This is juvenile. This is bread and circuses. You're acting like a child. Grow up. These events mean nothing to you. They are distractions. They are put on by billionaires, played by millionaires, in order to get you to just kind of like look the other way for a while. Do yourself, this year, grow a pair. This year is going to change. This year. Here's one for you. You're going to love this. There's a story. I'm trying to find it for you. That says people on social media are now finally realizing the inherent lunacy, the idiocy, the absolute idiocy that is social media. It's barbaric. Come on, I need more likes. Come on, kids. Let's go. Let's get with the program. I know it's Christmas. People aren't going to be necessarily up and running around. Okay. But I got to tell you something. This is going to be one of the most interesting events. Anyway, so what people are doing is they're getting away from, and this is important, they're getting away from More posting and more DMs, right? They want to maybe go back to what Facebook was and not this pageant of narcissism. And it's wonderful. This year is going to be your year. This year you're going to lose 50 pounds. Everybody here, with the exception of a few people right now, could lose 50 pounds. This is the state of America right now. 50 pounds. There was a time in this country where you could say, oh, I don't know if we can find nobody's 50 pounds overweight. Oh, yeah, they are. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah. People are 50 pounds. And you're going to do it this year. And you're not going to do anything, but you're going to change just diet and never be hungry again. You're going to finally get it through your head. You're going to say, you know what? I have had it. I am turning into a couch. I am eating crap. I am eating garbage. I'm going to ask myself, you know what? I'm going to do something drastic. That's what you're going to do. This year, we're going to change the Republican Party. We're going to destroy it. I don't know what the Republican Party is. This year, we're going to say this party system is stupid. Imagine you're on a long cross-country drive and somebody says, what do you want to hear? Hank Williams or Slim Whitman? And you can say, what? That's all you got? That's all we got. That's all we got. Slim Whitman or Hank Williams Jr. or Hank Williams, I should say. That's it. Democrats, worthless. Bobby Kennedy Jr., worthless. Trump, vengeance, theoretical. He's the only thing we have. He's the last. He's the thing in the fridge that you're starving and there's no mold on it. Trump has been in many respects the biggest colossal waste of time ever. The biggest. He has, and by the way, they were very successful in getting to the bottom of just destroying whatever was his impetus, his focus. He's a waste of time. Complete waste of time. Complete and total waste of time. This year's different. I want a new party. I want a new party. I say, come on in. This is my new tent. You know what I got? Young people, old people. Pro-life, I got pro-life. And the pro-life people are not going to vote against pro-choice. Pro-choice is never going to be against the law. Abortion is never going to be against the law. That's an election killer. If you don't like that, get out of the tent. We got pro-choicers here. I'm pro-life. I'm going to do everything in my power. There's a group of people in New York called the Sisters of Life. They're with St. Patrick's here in New York. And they're a group of people, these nuns, these young nuns who are devoted to taking women who are pregnant and they walk them through the pregnancy, take them to their doctors, give them a place to stay. Many of them are running away from their boyfriends or pimps or whatever it is who want them to have the abortion. They put their money where their mouth is. They bring this child. They give services. They don't just sit around and say, the right kind of abortion. No. Because let me tell you something. We were sitting at a party one day. And I want you to imagine, I was talking to somebody who's kind of like I used to say Upper East Side, but I don't think they're really, Upper East Side is what people used to think of. Anyway, kind of a rich, kind of a hoity-toity, kind of a waspy, white, whatever. Okay. I said, I want you to think of a rapper. And I don't know them, Lil Wayne. Some of these are, I have no, but some, so help me God, I was listening to great Dennis Edwards, Temptations, Bobby Blue Bland the other night, B.B. King, Oh, these wonderful Bobby Rush, just wonderful R&B singers. And look at a Dave Chappelle with gold teeth and braids and tattoos and just names that, with a lot of apostrophes. Okay, fine, whatever. Free country. So I'm talking to this woman. I said, what would you do if you found out little Trixie, Mixie, Muffy, Buffy, Huffy, your daughter, who's going to Bryn Mawr, who is hoping for that look? She's going to be on the lacrosse team. And she gets knocked up by that guy. What are you going to do? You will grab her ass. You will have that baby aborted so fast. It's not even speed can't do that. Ruin that provenance, that pedigree line. Don't laugh at it. And it's not about racism. Not about. Well, I guarantee if it was really anybody, maybe if it was somebody who was maybe if it was somebody who was whatever it is. But I'm telling you right now, and you listen to me. And she looked at me. And I said, you know it and I know it. So don't give me this bullshit about, oh, I'm in pro-life. If your daughter got knocked up by that guy, I promise you. So don't lie to me about this. Don't lie to me about, oh, the sanctity of life. Sanctity of life. What about in Gaza? What about in Ukraine? Well, that's different. You see? Hypocrisy. They talk a game. Human life doesn't mean anything to these people. It's a button. It's a button. It's like these stuck-up, useless Republicans in New York who hang around this one restaurant and all they talk about is Hunter Biden's laptop. So this year, we're breaking from all that. You can take your friends and you can go away. I got a brand new party. It's a tent. And we got people and we're going to win. And don't give me this nonsense about, oh, I got to vote. Trump is not. You think Trump is pro-life? Are you kidding me? You think he's religious? Do you think Trump has ever been to church in his life? Do you think he prays? Do you think Trump is some evangelical conduit? Oh, stop it. Stop it. He's too much of a narcissist. And you know what? Fine. I know what he's about. I know what he's about. You know what he's about. Stop it. Just stop lying. I want to win. Come on into the tent. Come on in. Come on in. You're in the tent. And you're going to say, who are these people? They're the new, and we're not going to be called Republicans. We're not going to be called Democrats. I don't know, libertists or throw in liberty, maybe liberty. Not, it's not so much like libertarian. I don't know what it is, but we need a new name. You got to help me with a new name. You got that? You got that? A new name. And this year, you and others are going to drop this celebrity, this star effing worship. The biggest sellout, the biggest phony, the biggest Freudian, the biggest little boy who was so hurt and wants to be a star, and it's hit or miss with him. Hit or miss. Is your girlfriend Tucker Carlson. Kevin Spacey? I give up. I give up. I give up. I give up. I hold the ignition. I can pick up a phone, call anybody I want, for the most part, and they will come to my show. They will be on my show. This new I just left Fox. I'm going to spearhead. I'm going to be the voice of liberty, of American Constitution. And who do I pick? Who? Kevin Spacey. Do you know anything about that? Andrew Tate, Dave Portnoy. What is going on here? You've got a little boy who wants to be a man, who's hanging around a bunch of men that he kind of wants to be, the Kid Rocks and the Elon Musks. And that's what you have. This year, 2024 is going to be the year of the man. We're going to see what a man is. And a man is not somebody who can choke somebody out. A man who is somebody who has responsibility, whose family turns to him and says, fix this, help me, run the show. A man is somebody who, I know this sounds kind of crazy, who kind of believes in the old idea of You've got to pledge to your wife, act like it. Be mature. Be fun. Be yourself. Be whatever it is. Be a man. Your manhood, whatever, is not a part of your schlong. It's not a part of your scrotum. I don't know where we got into genitals. Can you tell me what a man or a woman is? Remember we went through that? A man is an idealized, it is a responsible male. Used to be called the father, used to be called whatever it is. And this is a guy who says, let me tell you what the story is. The real hero is the guy who says, my father comes home at night and he works and he's not perfect. And he may come home and say, stop talking to me. But he loves my mother, loves my family, and that's it. And he lives a decent life, and he cares about us, and he loves his family and his country to an extent, and that's it. And no, he can't choke out somebody. I don't know where this came from. He can't do bench press. He doesn't bench press. He doesn't do any of that stuff. I mean, he may or may not. He doesn't choke anybody. Zuckerberg is a little boy who wanted so much to be a man. So what did he do? I'm going to choke people out. That's what he think it is? That's it? We got to get back to what men are. And we got to do something in this country too. We're going to say, all right, we're going to go to boot camp. We're going to say, all right, line up. Okay, kids, here's the story. Number one, I don't care if you're gay. I don't give a shit. Doesn't matter to me. But here's what we're going to learn. You ready for this? Shake hands. Everybody line up. You think I'm kidding, don't you? You think I'm kidding? Line up. Line up. Here's how you shake hands. Number one, you're going to meet one of these hand crushers. You ever meet these guys? Do you ever see these guys? First of all, like this. They come at you like this. They spread their hands out. They spread their hands out and they go, oh, here we go. Here we go. This is a grip crusher. And here's what you're going to do. I'm going to show you catch them right here. You catch your hand right in the webbing, right in the perlicue, right there. You can't crush your hands. Can't. It's when your hand is caught here that you get crushed, but not when it's here. And here's how you do it, right? Line up. Let's go. Boom. We're going to look at people in the eye. Here's a pen. Sign your name. What is this? Sign your name. Sign your name. You were going to sign your name. I don't give a damn if you write cursive. I don't care if you write love letters. You're going to sign your name. And this is not a signature. I don't know what the hell this is. Sign your name. And you're going to do this. You're going to do this. Look at this. Here's Raul. Ho, ho, ho. 3 hoes. 3 hoes, not ho cubed. Thank you, Raul. This year, we're going to do everything. This year, we're going to reinstitute. I told you this. I went to the stupid Republican club. I said, let me do this thing. See if you have any of your family or members who have kids who have a class. 1 hour on a weekend. 1 hour. Or I'll Zoom it. I don't care. This is the year. This is what we're going to do. Okay. Start off with this. Kids, we're going to start off with the number one. You ready for this? Okay. First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respect women. Well, what? Congress. This is the First Amendment. Congress. What about the state? How did the states work into this? Right off the bat. Anybody ever answer that question? Incorporation by reference? Haven't even spoken 5 seconds, and already I'm teaching you something. Is the First Amendment about the Congress? It says Congress. Expressio unis, that's exclusio alterius. The expression of one is exclusion of the other. What is it? Shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. Why do we have in God we trust on coins? Doesn't that establish it? Doesn't that ratify? Doesn't that endorse? Doesn't that validate a monotheistic God? Yeah. Well, what's he doing on coins? Ladies and gentlemen, this man Sparky, is he gruff? Sure. Is he curmudgeon-y? Sure. But he served our country and he sits in 500 acres in the middle of nowhere with a pot boiler and a 30-06 just hoping you'll come a knocking. Sparky says, the truth matters not to my debutante sister-in-law, only what is socially acceptable. Oh, yeah. Because the truth might be rude. Her Facebook news feed tells her how to avoid being rude each morning. I love that. I love that. I love that. Every single year. Thank you, debutante. Do we still have those coming out parties? That's the most stupid thing. That is virginal. If I had a daughter, I'll be goddamned if I'm going to have my daughter brought out. She's available now. I got some sow at a 4F thing. I'm going to drag her out. Come on, Misty Muffy Minnie, come on out. Hey guys, she's available. Anybody want to tag this? Yeah. Bring down the let's bring down that line, That's what they did with Princess Di. What was that all about? Oh my God. This is it. This is the thing. I don't understand any of this. Social media has destroyed everything. You have no idea how this one particular. I would love to say, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Come here, whatever. Yeah, nobody looking up. Let me ask you a question seriously. This may be odd, but do you think you're hot? What? It's a simple question. Do you really think you're hot? What? Do you think you're hot? Do you think you're sexy? Do you think that when people look at you, they think, damn, I got a mirror? What about, imagine it's a mirror. What about this? Do you think is hot? What is the matter with you? Does anybody ever, do you think you're smart? Do you think you're smart? Does anybody respect you? These are concepts. I don't know what they mean anymore. What do you stand for? I stand for the Constitution of the United States. You gotta kiss my ass to win my vote. You better do it right. And Trump, so far, I'm not so sure. You're the best of the group, but you're no prize, my friend. You are not even close. You work for me. Bobby Kennedy, you're gone. You are so gone. You started off. You've got this thing where you're Bobby Kennedy. You don't have it. You don't have it. I'm going to tell you right now, my friends, I respect, I swear to God, I respect Bernie Sanders more. He never lets up. Oh, he's a sellout like everybody else, but he never lets up. I'd love to be able to buy all this message to buy something on Fox News and say, you see this guy, Jim Jordan, biggest fraud of them all. Why? Little Jimmy Jordan was a wrestler. Jimmy Jordan doesn't wear a jacket. Jimmy Jordan is a gimmick. Jimmy Jordan is just this guy who just is this tough guy who knows dates and times and hasn't accomplished one solitary anything. But he puts on a good show. John Kennedy, absolute, the Pope of bullshit. The granddaddy. Do you with that bottle blip. Good morning. See, I don't think it matters more than a two-legged tick on the coon dogs. What? What is this? What have you accomplished? Nothing. Yesterday, for the first time, 2024, listen to what I'm saying, is going to be the apotheosis, the rejuvenation, the reformulation, I hope, of Alex Jones, Elon Musk, and the real hard legit Alex Jones, as crazy as he is, as sweaty he is, he's not trying to be your cool guy like your girlfriend, Tucker, who has on Kevin Spacey and talks John Daly. Hey, did you get drunk? Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Did you ever have a lot of girlfriend? Really? And you smoke, and you how many Diet Pepsis can you drink a day? This is. Can you imagine Alex doing that? Owen Schroyer, they threw his ass in prison. Well, it's a jail, but some of the this guy put his money where his mouth is. And then you got Tucker. Do you do drugs? I bet you have a lot of groupies, don't you? Tell me about them. Please tell me about them. I want to be you. I want to be anybody but me. I don't know what I am. That's your hero, not mine. Barry Taylor says it seems separation of church and state is mute. Actually, is moot. Government and state interfere with each other. That being said, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Barry, thank you, my friends. There has never been a prohibition of religion in government. There has never been a prohibition. Churches should be able to stand in mosques and be able to rail against abortion or whatever. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Not the other way around. It's to prevent religion from government. And it's not to establish a religion and not to prevent the free exercise. Unless you're Native American and you want to do peyote. That's a different story. Sparky says, some men must have missed the be a man part of their childhood. They normally got from your dad, uncle, and boss. So they awkwardly and perhaps futilely try to make up for it as adults. You are so right. And I don't know what this thing was. Sparky, there was a time, remember when you grew up and you had like your father and it's like there was this dad there was like the dad, like dad had wingtips. Remember wingtips? Floor shine these wingtips. And like he had like a suit and he wore Aquavelva. No, maybe Aquavelva. Old Spice, Men in Skin Bracer, maybe Brill Cream. That's it. They used to smoke cigarettes and and they loved you and you loved them and they just, I don't know what it is. And the best thing you can do, a man, is to say, this is how you treat your mother. This is what marriage is. This is what marriage is. It's not perfect, but it's like 99% perfect. What does that mean? People say it's not perfect. I think it's perfect. What, do you not want to be married? Here, that's perfect. Go ahead. What do you want? I like the way they make jokes about marriage. Marriage is, listen, maybe you got a bad marriage. You want marriage to be a completion. You're like this free radical that's like running around. It's like this. It's like an it's oxidation. It closes down that radical. It's slow. You know what I mean? It's parity. It's completion. I think it's great. And here's the best part. You listen to me, my friends. You listen to me, and you listen to Sparky. See if you agree with me. Because mothers are mothers, mothers are mothers, mothers are biologically connected. Most women do not have to learn how to be a mother. Believe it or not, it's instinctual. Most women, I don't know about you, but you see these women who they're 16-year-olds, and you've seen them in your life, haven't you? These snotty, like, ew, that's gross. Ew. They're like, just like prissy. Then all of a sudden they have a kid and they're smelling poopy diapers and they're like killer moms. I was like, that's my baby. And I'm like, who's this? Something happens, boy. I don't know. That placenta passes or whatever the hell happened. Some oxytocin, some weird thing. And all of a sudden, this mother and this baby connect. That's why when I see a mother holding a baby that's bombed, I say, this isn't that. This goes against nature. You don't do this. But let me tell you something. There's a song by the Judds, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. when daddies never went away. The biggest thing that men have to do, more so than sometimes, is to teach a little girl, this is what a man is. You're not going to go through the rest of your life with this weird abandonment thing, trying to find somebody to replace me. The me you never had, the me who never made you feel special, the me who never told you, the me, I'm the male. I'm the one to teach you where we fit in the world. Not your brother, not your whatever it is, me. So that you feel this, oh, okay, this man, this first, my father, loves me, respects me, honors me. Okay, fine. I'm okay. Good. I don't have to go looking for this the rest of my life because I've known more women all my life. And I'm 65 years old and I still see it. They've got abandonment issues. Daddy left them and sometimes never left the house. And they went out looking for it. And when you go looking for it, oh, not good. Sparky says there was a character on SCTV who would interview celebrities and ask them stupid juvenile questions. Can't remember the name or who played him. You got to help me with this one. Interview celebrities. Well, I'm going to think about that one. It wasn't Guy not Guy Caballero. Sammy Maudlin. The interviews, I got to think about that one. You got that one? Andy Carmen said, feminism ruined everything. Do you think that's true? You think feminism did? I think feminism helped a lot of women. I think a lot of women who were saying, women, you could be Sandra Day O'Connor. That was feminism. Maggie Thatcher. That was feminism. When it became weird, when sometimes some women thought that they couldn't be moms or wives. Yeah, that was kind of sad. There's nothing wrong. No, not Eugene Levy. Gene Levy was Bobby Bittman. He was Sammy Maudlin was the show. Bobby Bittman was the guest. We're gonna please don't do these tangents. We'll go into this tangent. Was it Guy Caballero? Was it Johnny LaRue? No, that's John Candy. Anyway, SCTV, by the way, the greatest show ever. Period. SNL on its best days. On its best. SNL couldn't even go through it without these terrible, reading these cue cards. And by the way, can we all agree Robert De Niro is the worst actor who has ever lived? Where did we get this thing? Robert De Niro. Where was he that great of an actor? Please tell me. Please tell me. Robert De Niro is Robert De Niro is Robert De Niro is Robert De Niro. He gains 80 pounds, loses 80 pounds. He was in the mission. Hey, give me the cross. Whoever it is. He goes, oh, it's these 14th century Jesuit conquistadors or whatever are from the Bronx. What is this? Stop all this nonsense. And by the way, no cliches. No cliches. Don't say it was all feminism. Ladies, do you want to live in a world without feminism? Where do you think you'd be today without feminism? Where do you think? You think we men in the world would let you in? May have been Martin Short. Sparky, we can't do this. We can't say, I don't know, could have been Dave Thomas. We can't do this. Now you're going to do it. Now you're going to drive me crazy. I'm going to think about this all day long. Dave Thomas, by the way, is the only guy to do a Bob Hope imitation. But his oh my God. And I'm sorry, Gene Flaherty, weakest link, next to Tony Rosato. Remember him later on? Oh, dear God. That's when it just went off the cliff. Off the cliff. Remember Taxi Driver? When Rick Moranis did a Woody Allen doing Taxi Driver? Remember Sid Dithers? Gene Levy, you're talking to me? Are you talking to me? Sid Dithers is taxi driver. Brilliant. SNL couldn't have thought about that. Couldn't have done that. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Because today comedy, it just sucks. It's so bad. And you know who killed it? Jerry Seinfeld with that stupid comedians in cars getting coffee, where they have to laugh at each other. Every joke, Sarah Silverman laughing. You know, one time Norm Macdonald, the most overrated comic in the history, when Norm Macdonald died. Oh, he was the bravest. But was he funny? Okay, he was funny. I hope so. Phyllis Diller was funny. You gotta be a little funny. We love this over the top hero worship. He was the funniest guy who ever lived. No, he wasn't. Yes. Why? Why I gotta say that? Edie Crowley says, after marriage, 5 babies in 5 years, I became scary. That is the funniest line I have ever. Do that, honey. After 5, no, I'm sorry, not 5. After marriage, 5 babies in 5 years, I became scary. What happens to men do not have anything hormonal. Nothing. Nothing. I knew right away from sisters and a mother. I said, okay, I got it. I got it. Even my father was saying, right? Oh yeah, I got it. I don't know what it's like having a brother. I don't have brothers. Well, I should say I have no brothers. But I do know that anybody who thinks that that's funny, anybody who says, "Oh, it's just hormonal," oh yeah, try that. Try that. Thank God women are tough enough to handle periods and babies, because if men got pregnant versus women, be a ghost town. We would go the way of the coelacanth. And if men got periods, businesses would be closed all over the place. All over the place. It'll look like the COVID. Where is everybody? You're on a period. Why? I'm not going to come to work. What? On a period. I'm staying home. I'm staying home. I'm going to check myself in the hospital. What are you talking about? I don't know how people do it. And women will say, come on, quit your bitching. Quit your bitching? What are you talking about? Can you go through that? No. She's on, remember that? Oh, she's on the rag. Remember that one? They always make, oh yeah, why don't you go do it? Why don't you try that? Come on, tough guy. Go through that. Go ahead. I never understood that. They always say that women's, their emotions, they've got emotions. They're higher order. You're a Neanderthal. You don't have emotions. You don't have anything. Because women are crazy, men are stupid. We know that. I know this like I know my name. I've accepted this. And the sooner reality sets in, the better off people will be. Sparky says, Mom was a feminist in the 1950s before it was fashionable. It celebrated the importance of feminine things. Mom said it got messed up when they started trying to outman the men. It's funny you say that. I think you're right about that. I think one of the greatest things in the world, all my friends in my neighborhood, every one of my friends, none of the mothers worked. They were moms. Housewives, every single one. Not one. I mean, maybe it was my neighbor. Maybe. Did you know anybody whose mother worked, or was a doctor? Or something? I didn't. I mean, maybe. I didn't know anybody. And that was Mrs. So-and-so. And you called them Mrs. So-and-so. And they didn't walk around with tramp stamps, taking selfies and look how hot I am. There weren't MILFs and all that jazz. They were respectable. I know I sound ancient. I know I sound archaic. I understand it, but sometimes ancient and archaic is a good reason. The reason why it's ancient is because it makes sense. There's something to be said for that. There was something very glorious about. There was this thing where you had a mother, and mothers and mothers then knew how to cook. I don't think you have to, but they did. Even the worst, like nobody's mother was like a bad cook. Where kids would say like, yeah, you don't understand. We don't eat. We didn't go out to eat. McDonald's maybe once. Remember like pizza? There was this thing where nobody went out to eat. Chinese food was like as exotic as you could get. There was something to be said for them. And growing up as a kid, my father, you could time him. I mean, oh, here he is. Here he comes. If somebody told me your father had an affair with you, where? When? Maybe came home for lunch. Came at me. When? When did he have an affair? This must not have been much of an affair. There was something about that. You just kind of everybody's father in the neighborhood came home. Here they come. There they are. There's that guy's father and that guy's father. And I mean, there was the occasional divorce here and there, but there was this. And this was in the 60s and 70s. I mean, this was there were drugs and there were things. I don't know many about it. There was nothing. And nobody made a big deal about it. It was not this thing. And I think it was it was kind of I don't know what it was. And now we can get real dramatic. And we can say, well, basically it was Tavistock. And it was the Rockefeller who of course funded feminism to an extent. I think there's certain the worst thing that I've ever seen right now, the worst scourge to humanity is a Catholic Church and this Pope. This Pope is as antithetical to and the priest that first of all, anybody, I don't know what's happening to the priest. I don't want to go too much into it, but there was a while where we had some litigation going on with all these school board. Oh my God, the priests and the whatever. Let me ask you something. What would you do if your son came to you and said, I want to be a priest? Remember that? Because Martin Scorsese said, I want to be a priest. He wanted to be a priest. Scalia, he was thinking about being a priest. What would you do if your son said, I want to be a priest? Seriously, what would you say? I said, sit down. Is there something I should know about? Is there something I should know about? Make it very, very clear. You know you're my son. I love you. You're gay. If not, doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Nothing changes. Is there something I should know about? You want to be a priest? You want to go to a seminary? You want to spend the formative time of your life not bird dogging chicks and going out and having fun and being a guy, being a man, learning, ropes and, learning how to tell fart jokes and laugh and be stupid. You want to go and you want to devote yourself. Women, how old are you? What, is there something I should know? Did something happen to you? What's the matter with you? You want to go live you're not going to live in a seminary. No. No. Is there something I should know about? What is the matter with you? What is the matter with you? You want to go? You want to be a priest? Do you know what the shape of this church is now? Do you know what's going on? What do you think you're going to do? You want to help people? Hey, I'm with you. What do you think you're going to do? You're going to go to some parish? Now, is that brutal? So, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe, I don't know. It's true. What would you do if your son said, Dad, I want to be a Marine? Oh, no. How can you be a Marine if you've got a limp? I don't have a limp. You will if you join the Marines, because I'll give it to you. You're not going to join the Marines. You're not going to be a Marine. You're not going to be cannon fodder for some Goldman Sachs, some globalist. No. That John Wayne business is over. Semper Fi. Stop that. Have you noticed the psyops now? Have you noticed these guys, Sean, whatever, Taylor? Have you noticed? This is pure post-military, have you heard all this CIA, I shouldn't say this, but all these I'm a Navy SEAL and Jocko and Who do you think's behind that? What are you doing? Yeah, there we were. And we were there and we were, and a couple of Hajis came in. We had said, and they come in and we lost this and what? Don't you see what's happening with this? Are you kidding me? Look at Jack Reacher. What do you think that's about? Tell me you know about PSYOPs. Tell me about this. Sparky says, I'm old enough to remember when woman began before sunup but didn't quit until sundown. Now listen, Grandpa Walton, hang on here. There was so much to do. The household was a factory operation. There was no question of a woman's importance. Well, hang on a minute. By the way, how old are you, Sparky? Exactly. Give me a number. I gotta know a number. Now, first of all, number one. I want you to listen very, 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 very carefully. I want you to listen to me carefully. Number one, I do not want to have a daughter who says, now listen, I want a daughter who I want to say, if you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a judge, you want to be whatever it is, you're going to do whatever you want to do. It's not either or. It's not like, well, I'll be a sellout. Being a mother is the most important job in the world, bar none. Because if you screw up as a judge, guess what? Join the club. But if you screw up as a mother, it's another story. Okay, you got it? Understand what I'm saying? So I don't want to think about that one. But let me tell you something. If you don't understand how we are mythologizing war, do you see these people sitting here covered in tats? And all of them who have been in war, you know and I know, they are effed up. Because you have to be. PTSD is a natural reaction to an unnatural thing. And all these shows, I'm thinking to myself, turn that crap off. Turn this off. Come here, son. Come here. You want to be like this guy with the tattoos? Come here. I'm going to show you something. Where are we going? I got a friend of mine. He works in the medical examiner's office. What? Yeah. You ever see Dead? Come here. You're going to love this one. Come on, tough guy. Maybe you'll get a tattoo about this. Come on. I want you to go with me. Let's walk in. First of all, notice that? What do you smell? What's that? That's rotten. That's death. Do you ever smell blood? Do you ever smell blood that's pooled up? Come on. You want to be like this, right? You want to have tattoos. You want to have up here. And you want to have, right? You want to do that? You want to wear glasses and talk about being a SEAL, and you want to carry a log and Hell Week and have the way you want to do it. Great. That's terrific. But if you want to talk about death, look at this. Sparky 60. I remember it from visiting grandparents in the country. You know what, Sparky? Is so funny. I always thought you were somehow, I don't know why, older. I don't know. I never even thought about it. But I guess 66, whatever it is. I gave up my career and then became single mother with hostile. I don't know what WX is. I'm sorry. I'm trying to hostile. I had PTSD, severe trauma for years. Hostile, whatever. Oh, PTSD is something which is important. But let me go back to what I'm saying. I'd love to get my any kid who has any military, any war. Come here. I'm gonna show you something. Come here. And I would call up. I said, make sure you give me some good ones. I want to see somebody who's really, maybe somebody their age. Pull this out. Look at this. Take this. See, you may have gone to a funeral home where somebody's all cleaned up. This is what death looks like. You know, like this. Now imagine this is your buddy, and this is the guy, or it might be somebody else. Because believe it or not, a lot of times the PTSD in war are from people that you've killed, not even people that are in your world. This is death. This is death. It's real nasty. Real nasty. I mean, it's real nasty. You should see. There's these I shouldn't say wonderful. There's these YouTube videos of shootouts. You ever see these shootouts? With cops and there's one in particular where this cop is just you can't believe it. He's basically executed by some demented guy, and the guns are like this. That's what it sounds like. Not that. Brr. I hate phony gun sounds. That's not what guns sound like. Outside. That's what death looks like. That's it. And they don't say anything. They're not blown back. They just all of a sudden they're just taking in the roll over. You want that? You want that? You want to be a Navy SEAL? You want to go to some place and you're wondering, what am I doing here? Can you shoot civilians? Because they're going to tell you to shoot civilians. You're going to go in there and you're going to just level the people. Why? Well, what do you mean? Because you've been conditioned through the news. Why? Well, Palestinians aren't humans, right? What do you think that's about? What do you think that's about? Vietnamese weren't human. Iraqis weren't human. Afghanis weren't human. They're the enemy. They're the terrorists. You've been part of this psyop for years. You've been decommissioned as a human being. You want to do this? Go ahead. Go ahead. And while they go on these shows, yeah, we were doing, yeah. Meanwhile, you don't see these people with their drug addiction, crying in the middle of the night, freaking out. This little boy playing war stuff makes me sick. It is the nastiest stuff. And these people are trying to condition you to do this again. So if you want to go to the war, you want to join the Air Force, knock yourself out. Maybe Navy, you go on a ship. But a Marine, to be sent someplace, and you want to be special, what? Delta Force, get that. Again, they won't let you in with a limp. Because I will give you a limp. I will break your leg to keep my son from being on some wall. So somebody can say, I hate that stuff. Appliances and pre-made food made women feel useless. Sparky, you're the best. And then the establishment pushed them into the workplace to cut down on labor costs. To an extent. What do you think killed the American female spirit? What was it? Cosmo? Helen Gurley Brown? What was it? Burning bras? Yeah. Men killed women's spirit. You hear that? You listen to her. She knows what she's talking about. I think one of the biggest responsibilities that men have is for daughters, not little boys. They get all that. Don't get me wrong. Little boys have to hear their fathers say, I love you, 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 I love you. How many people today right now say, I don't remember my father ever telling me they love me? I don't remember. That's the sickest thing I've ever heard in my life. You might as well hit him. That's abuse. Your father never told you he loved you? Nope. I know. I hear this all the time. This world, but that's not what a man is. There's nothing wrong with the military. Military is honorable. I dig that. But understand what it's about. You've got somebody like Henry Kissinger who will send your son the number you talk about what we did to black folks during Vietnam. Oh dear God. Sparky says my parents were older than my peers' parents, so I had an older perspective. Oh, how many agree parents should be? Oh God, parents should be older. Have you ever figured this one out? I don't. This is so easy. Why do you think grandparents are the best? Why do you think did you ever notice how kids never give any kind of grief to grandparents? I mean, they may, but they really don't. They give you grief, but kids, trouble. Grandma and grandpa, they love them. Why is that? Well, because they don't have to hang around together. No, that's not it. That's not it. Because there's a thing about you don't have to scream at kids. There is some psychological torture sometimes. Some kids are really, really bad. Some, not all, but every now and then, yeah, you got a bad one in there. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is the part. This is, I'm going to tell you something right now. You're going to laugh at this. This is the ultimate irony. I am the, I am the biggest purveyor of Christian ideology than anybody you'll ever meet. I swear to God, I'm always telling people, don't kill people. Don't hurt people. Stop war. God doesn't want this. Jesus doesn't want this. Be kind to people. It doesn't matter. Always. Stand up for what's right. Let people speak. No, sit down. Me. I'm the one. Always, I am more Christian than these people I know. Don't do that. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Don't do that. Self-actualization. Calm. I don't understand what this thing is. I hate killing people. I don't glorify. Stop glorifying military. John McGuire couldn't get hired. Said, my old man told me he loved me when I was around 40. However, I always knew he did. So the question is, do you have to say it to be known and felt? Yeah, it always helps. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Let me ask you something. And thank you, John. I appreciate you. John, do you think I don't know if you're married. Do you think your wife knows you love her? Of course. You think it's a good idea to tell your wife you love her? No, you don't have to tell your wife you love her. Really? She knows. Really? You sure about that? Well, we know that. Why don't you want to do that? Parents tell kids everything they don't want to hear half the time. And the thing they really do want to hear, I love you. No, that they're going to be sparing about. But the old days, where, shut up, cut your hair, do this. What, I don't know if they say cut your hair anymore, but today's hairstyle is a different story. Women, feminine things are important. The establishment narrative has denied this for decades. Sparky, there is something about being able to appreciate and to understand there are certain things that people. I was in a Whole Foods the other day. Did you happen to see that lady with the gray hair, with the short hair? Did you see that? No. Okay. There was a tube. Whole Foods is like this weird, but great stuff, but just weird. And there was a woman. She was obviously. I'm sorry. You used to call her a lesbian, whatever. And she had a man's, kind of my age, gray hair, but a man's like haircut, like your Uncle Dave would. I mean, just wearing like dungarees, and I would love. You have no idea how I've always wanted to do this. I would love to say, "Excuse me, may I ask you a question?" Yes. This fascinates me. And I think if I were to ask her, do you consider yourself a man or a woman? I think she would say, I'm a woman. Okay. That's what you identify to. That's what I identify with. That's your pronouns. May I ask you something? What is it, and I'm serious about this, what is it that makes you, or excuse me, that attracts you or that causes you to focus at or near or around that of masculine? Your hair is shorter than mine. You know how when you're in high school and you're lifting, and if you don't have lats, you just put your arms out like you just walk like your back is broken. That's the way she's walking. Hyper stylized, hyper idealized, hyper masculine, a strut. Sparky, there is something to that. There is an identification of that which is male. Football pads, football protection is the accentuation of shoulder pads. Very, very prototypical male. There is something to be done. Then we have these things. We have, remember Birdcage, La Caja Fall, but with Robin Williams and Nathan Lane or whatever. Remember when he said, "Okay, now you got to wear a suit," and Nathan Lane wore a suit. I guess to meet the parents, whatever it was, and he had, I think he was doing okay until they got to like the pink socks. It's like, there it is. There used to be a thing in men's fashion. There's three kinds of suits: French, British, and Italian. You know that, right? Classical American, but there is no real, Tom Ford is actually basically British. Anyway. And then during the course of this, sometimes there's this thing called a dandy. And then there's weird. You can get, in America, you can, if you go to, if you go into real, we use words like flamboyant, you would say, that's Nathan Lane. However, every year in Florence, I think, in Firenze, there is Pitti Uomo. This is the Italian men's fashion, the Mecca, the Woodstock every year. These guys, you've got to see this. If you could give them an ostrich feather and a pink hat and a plume, they make Oscar Wilde look like like William Holden. They are as garish and peacocky and as straight as an arrow. European straight man, which basically sometimes borderlines on savage. How does that work? Their idea of what a man is compared to America. European men, they were carrying bags. They were carrying, cape. They were into stuff, bracelets and glasses and wild shoes, and never, that was considered, that is so masculine, it's not even funny. In this country, no. So my point is, what isn't male, female, typical, whatever it is, this is not necessarily as inherent. It is coupled with tradition, style, culture, all that other kind of jazz. It's very, very interesting. Very. Then you get to a certain point, and this is amazing. Oh, look at this. Your nonni, your nonna. See, we always said, because we were like, we said nonna, they said nonna. Firenze. Did you ever see these nonnas making, there's this wonderful thing on YouTube, these old Italian women, breaks my heart. 100 years old, 90, making gnocchi and tagliatelle and all this other stuff. They're just, okay. They are these women who, when you get older, 75, 80, you all look alike. They say, okay, time for the grandma clothes. Have you seen Kate Hudson lately? Grandma. As soon as you get to a state, grandma. Michelle Phillips, grandma. Yeah. Is it Kate Hudson? Who's the one? She looks like very, very old. Goldie Hawn's. No, not Kate Hudson. Oh, no, Bridget Fonda. No, Bridget excuse me, Bridget Fonda. Yeah, Bridget Fonda. Bridget Fonda looks like your Aunt Phoebe. You get to a certain extent and you stop. You just stop. Women say, give me the moo-moo, give me that little short hair, give me the big glasses. I'm ready to go. It's the uniform. It happens. This is the hot mom. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Here's my Instagram. How old are you? 65. Okay, keep it going. I'm 70, 75. Grandma. That's it. Give me the moo-moo. Give me the hat. I'm done. You used to have hair nets. We used to have like aunts who would have like these stockings that they would like roll down. I don't know. I think it's more support, and they wore the old lady shoes. And I thought, what is with that? There's a school to go. There was this outfitter when they get the old lady clothes. And then there was in my family, all the men had like black pants, dark pants, and a white short sleeve shirt with a big belly, and maybe they would have their glass case with that little clip. That's it. They all looked alike. That was it. And I want to know, where did this kick in? I love how people, as they get older, there's this, and now that there's plastic surgery and Instagram, you see people who are really, really pushing it too much. It's like, listen, it's okay. You can be a grandma. I don't want to be a grandma. No. I mean, you can look like one. You've earned it. It's okay. I don't want to look like a grandma. Well, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't you want to walk around in people are walking around in their pajamas right now. Ladies, don't you want to walk around in muumuus with little Tony, little curly, that old lady hair and the big glasses? Don't you want to just slide around in slippers all day? Come on, you know you do. There's something to it. It's like a default mechanism. You worked hard your whole life. That's a woman. That's what we're. All my aunts, and they all look like that. Then they had a kind of a Sicilian thing. They had a black dress. It was a whole other thing. Chignon, that little bun in the back. I love that. And then you get bingo wings. Do you ever have that? Ants who have that 10, 50 pounds of skin. All of a sudden, where'd that come from? All of a sudden, it's like, what is this? Bingo. I'm just, there must be something to it. God must say there's a reason for that. The reason why I'm doing that is because it's to keep colder, and there must be some reason for that. There must be some. And as I'm looking around, I'm just noticing this. I feel like I'm walking around saying, I get it. I understand it. Anybody want to know? So I've belabored you enough with my psychotic ramblings. 2024 is going to be a great year. Is everybody having fun today? Today we do a round. We had great food yesterday. Today, right, honey? We're ready to go today. I'm ready now. Mrs. L got me a bag of these. I am not a candy person, except these one. They're like these peppermint. What are they called? Bob's Puffs or Bob's whatever. Puffers, yeah. This soft. I am addicted, and I'm so demented. I will eat the whole bag and die because I just can't. I can't stop doing this. That's it. We have wonderful foods today. We're going to go and watch some things and, enjoy ourselves. Now, I'm going to make sure I'm going to ask you something. As soon as I start talking to you, I start coughing. I swear to God. I want you to do me a big, big favor, as you always have been very, very nice to me, and I appreciate this. I want you to, you have been wonderful in following Mrs. L. She has one of the best interviews with two women who are solid women. Tammy Tony Butler and colleagues, yes. And Fran Bononieri. These are part of the triumvirate. These are three women devoted and targeting and protecting American, around the world, but specifically, mostly American children from targeting and human trafficking. And I was going to mention this before. Alex Jones, while your girlfriend Tucker is talking to Kevin Spacey, Alex is at least talking about maybe more child trafficking. And by the way, remember, Jeffrey Epstein was nothing compared to real. That is a limited hangout. That is for you to absorb, focus all of your energy on him, so you can say, "Whew, I was exhausted." He's nothing. That's not where it is. Believe me when I'm telling you this, okay? But please, promise me, just subscribe to this. Subscribe to this. Sparky says, Isaac Hayes walked by Dad's store one day in the 1970s carrying a shoulder bag. Observing this, a gay customer exclaimed in an ever so envious tone, "He's big enough to carry a shoulder bag." Yes. By the way, Isaac Hayes, one of the famous Scientologists. Isaac Hayes, remember when he wore the chains? Do you remember when He and what Shaft did. Richard Roundtree, Gordon Parks. I think the Shaft theme, Cafe Reggio's, still there, by the way. Cafe Reggio's still in the village. Was it not Wawa Watson, but there's this the famous. That was probably one of the greatest theme songs. Also, Papa Was a Rolling Stone. Doom 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 doom. Perfect. Okay. Gina says, she's right about Gina writes, by the way, kids today will never know the great holiday of the past. The 60s were the best. You know what? And Gina, in the 60s, he said, these kids today don't know what the 40s were like. And to an extent, you're right about that. But I think there is something to be said for that. I think I told you this much. Mrs. L yesterday was out right by Fox News. Fox News never covered this. Women, illegal aliens on blankets with babies holding out their hands, begging for money. While Joe Biden and that stupid oaf mayor of ours, who will go down in history as one of the most stupid idiots of all time, this mayor, who, when asked by a local anchor, give me one word of 2024, he said, New York. 2 words. New York, where you can wake up one moment with a plane hitting a building or another person starting a new business. I mean, this man is. I don't want to say the word retarded because I know that you're not supposed to say that, but if I can make one dispensation, this guy is just he's just he gives hope to morons. My God. So in any event, dear friends, thank you, Sparky. We love you, youngin. I'm your elder. Show respect, boy. John McGuire couldn't get higher. Thank you as well. Edie Crowley, best line of the day after 5 marriages. No, I'm sorry. I keep saying it. Excuse me. Strike that. After marriage, 5 babies in 5 years, I became scary. That is the funniest. I'm telling you, that is a perfect line. Barry Taylor, thank you, my friend. Raul Rodriguez, thank you. And Tahuya Bar and Grill, ladies and gentlemen, thank you as well. Oh, and before I forget, remember this. Hang on, where is this? God. February the 3rd. We're getting ready. I cannot wait for this. February the 3rd, my friends. Here we go. I return to the cutting room, and it is an absolute beaut of a night. Here we go. Here's the information. This is the link. Please, let's say hello. Bring your camera. Well, you always bring your camera. I want to meet everybody. I do not leave until I take a picture with everybody who's there. And I meet everybody. And Liz will tell you, I do not leave. I'm not one of these people that, I remember one time, who was it though? Louis Anderson was there. And he acted like he didn't care about anybody. He was like, hey, he sat back. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. Ever so slight, envious tone. Look at you. Sam Sphinx, thank you. Wend, Jalopy, Gina, Demetrius Splitkin, the usual suspects. God bless you. All right, my friends, now we're going to start eating. Have a great and a glorious day. We'll see you today, later on. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. 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 That's what it's about. That's what this is about. Even though a lot of it, frankly, was not really in the Bible. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. We love you. Please follow Mrs. L's. Sign up right away for her YouTube channel. See you tonight at 7. And don't forget, my friends, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you.